drove up to the show, bought tickets, and Generico and I had a tape. And after the show, and we had already seen Punk and Joe. Like, I'd wrestled Joe already. He'd beat the shit out of me in Canada once. We had talked to Punk, and we knew those guys from PWG and Jersey All Pro. Not PWG, Jersey All Pro. And I went up to Punk, and I'm like, hey, so who do I give this tape to? And Punk was like, give it to Gabe. He's the one who runs things. So I went up to Gabe, and we gave him the tape, and he was like, yeah, I've heard of you guys. I've never seen you, but I'll take a look at your tape, and I'll let you guys know. And that was it. About 2 months later, he called us. He called me. He was like, hey, I watched your tape. I got a couple dates for you guys. The first date is Final Battle 2004 in Philly. I need one of you to... he told me. He's like, I need you under a hood. You're going to wrestle Jay Lethal. You're going to be Weapon of Mass Destruction. I was like, okay. He's like, and then in February, you'll debut as yourselves. I'm like, okay. So I called Generico, so happy. I'm like, oh my God, this is a huge deal. But then I got hurt. The same injury that kept me from that CZW show in February. I got hurt like in December. So Generico ended up being the Weapon of Mass Destruction, wearing a Green Phantom mask. Nice. Yes. It was very gracious for Green Phantom to let us use his mask. And I was really bummed out that I didn't get to do that match. Of course, looking back now, it doesn't matter. But to me, back then, it was a tragedy. Like, I was like, I'm missing out on this huge opportunity, but it was not. But then in February, we did start, and it was like a do-or-die show. It was in the afternoon card. I wrestled B-Boy. It was fine. Generico had some four-way. That was fine. And that's the way I would describe pretty much every match I had in Ring of Honor for that first run. And we were booked like once a month, every month. Like, we were booked in March once, we were booked in April once, we were booked in May once, or maybe not, in June once, and in July. We had like 5 matches. Until he told us he had no room for us. None of the matches were blown away by any means. I had a decent match against Homicide. I had a terrible match against Wardell Walker, and CM Punk yelled at me before the match, or after the match in the locker room, and that was not a good day, It was just, things just weren't right for that run, just didn't click, and it didn't work out.
Okay.
That's it. Looking back, I think it was all for the better anyway.